right, my beautiful ninjas, welcome to another exciting video where we're going to talk about some very nasty stuff that hopefully none of you ever have to deal with, which is getting your account back if you are ever, gosh forbid, suspended. Right? So most sellers may eventually have something to do with, something like this happen to them. And so let's open up Seller Central as well. Clean this ugliness up. So if you ever have anything happen, it's going to be under account health, right? So, we are perfect, obviously. So we don't have anything like that. But if there is any, issues with Amazon or anything like that, they're going to be under your account health, right? And so where it's going to be is performance notifications. And so we've had an issue with one of our listings because there was just a manufacturer's issue and we were being dumb and blah blah blah. And this reinstatement was Amazon automatically suspending all new accounts until you provided like a utility bill and some other stuff. So we've never had any actual issues. But we have had this listing closed and we got it reopened like 100 times. Like, look, March, April, May, June, it's been closed and we kept getting it open and we sold out all of our inventory and then we fixed the problem and then we, didn't have any issues anymore. So anyways, in performance notifications, this is where you're going to be dealing with stuff. And so if you ever have to like respond to things, you can just come in here and there'll be an ability to respond if there is the appeal process. And so how this all works, right? And calm down, take a moment to reset. Don't be too crazy because Amazon records everything, right? Like all of the emails, they look at everything. So don't like go sending a bunch of, incriminating emails or anything like that. Take a moment to chill and read this whole read this whole document and listen to this whole video. And then after this video is done, you'll know exactly what to do. So basically what happens is there's a series of emails that Amazon has. Seller performance is their main one. Seller performance is the most degenerate, terrible customer service in the world, and it's meant to be, right? You're being punished by Amazon for doing something wrong, which is why you've been suspended in the first place. And I know everyone feels like they've never done anything wrong. I felt like I didn't do anything wrong when I got suspended, but Amazon controls the platform, and Amazon eventually decides what happens. And so what you do if you get suspended is as follows. Right? When you get a suspension notification, it will be in performance notifications. There'll be an ability to appeal it. And these are the email addresses that will happen first, right? So first, I always email seller performance. Seller performance policy is another section of seller performance. I email one, if not both of these people first. And once they respond to you, right, depending on what they say, then you can reach out to kind of the second of the chain of command, which is notice dispute at Amazon.com and notice at Amazon.com. So you're going to get a specific case manager email that appears in your inbox once they have responded. Like it looks like, it'll say like support at Amazon or whatever it is. And then it'll say like XYH3467. It's basically like your custom email address that appears in the inbox of some case manager at Amazon, right? So only use these below emails after all other methods have failed. And I paid money for these when I first got them. PQ at Amazon.com, PQ-review at Amazon.com, escalation PQ at Amazon.com, and at 911 escalation PQ at Amazon.com, right? So these are kind of the second to last line of defense or resort, I guess would be a better reason when you are actually working to have your stuff to have your account appealed and reactivated, right? Because what you'll find is that Amazon is incredibly non-responsive and sometimes just gives you, to put it lightly, horseshit generic responses that are completely meaningless. And sometimes you have to escalate, right? And the way that you do that is with these emails. And then the final option, right? Do not use this method unless you've exhausted every other option, and it's been 2 to 4 weeks. You've talked to lawyers. You've the lawyer that we generally use for these situations, and I personally use, was Yale Kavili. Cavalili, I think, is actually how you pronounce it. She is active on Facebook. I have a link to her information in the pinned post of our private group. If you can't find that post, just make a post in the Black Belt private group, and we'll help you locate her information. So after you've exhausted all options, emailed all of these other people, there's one final last ditch effort, which is Jeff, right? Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon, Jeff at Amazon.com. And obviously this isn't Jeff Bezos, chilling at his computer answering all thousands of these messages, but he has a dedicated group of executive assistants who actually are human beings and have brains for the most part, and actually investigate this stuff and don't give you just like complete BS template responses, which is incredibly refreshing when you're dealing with this stuff, because it sucks. Obviously, it's your livelihood, and Amazon can be really, really terrible sometimes. So Jeff, when you send that email, if it gets to that point, make it step by step, numbered, all the evidence, everything that you can possibly think of, with no fluff, no emotion, no BS, just the facts generated. Any screenshots have big red outlines of what they should be looking at with arrows and like small to the point annotations. Like that email is the last shot. If Jeff at Amazon.com says no, then it's over and you have to open a new account. So the plan of action is what Amazon asks for if you are suspended, right? And there's a variety of different reasons. It can be an intellectual property claim. It can be patent. It can be inauthentic products. And so the plan of action is slightly different depending on the situation. But this is the plan of action that I wrote with Yale, the lawyer who helped me get my account back in 30 days. It was our first infraction. It was an intellectual property claim for an image that we used that was someone else's property, right? And so what we did was we emailed seller-performance at Amazon.com. And this was before I knew about all these other escalation emails and everything like that. What we did was we emailed appeal to have my selling privileges re-invoked. Well, I think reinstated. Actually, it makes more sense. And appeal. And you have to appeal, right, in your performance notifications to start the process on their end. So there's two things. So what I said was, I'm contacting you to appeal the suspension of my selling privileges, complaint type, intellectual property rights infringement, as detailed below. I took the last few weeks to investigate what brought me to this situation to ensure all of my errors have been corrected. I am now confident I can stay away from similar complaints moving forward. So you want to take responsibility, right? A lot of people's natural kind of inclination is to say, oh no, I didn't do anything, like it was all my fault, there's a mistake, right? Amazon actually, how they train the staff that click the button to allow you back onto the platform is they want you to take ownership, they want you to admit mistakes, and they want you to not, play dumb to the whole situation. So what mine was that there was one notice, the rights owner complaint received on, whatever first and only I received. And this is my stuff. So obviously, like anything that you see that is not relevant to your situation, you have to change. But just this structure, right? 1 with the kind of bold underline, part 2, cause of the problem, reliance on graphic artist integrity, 3, plan of action, clearing up the legal aspects of the copyright infringement problem, right? As a first step, I immediately deleted the problematic banner from the ASINs. Some of the listings were removed and the inventory disposed of and or removed. I retained an attorney who specializes in IP infringement issues and their resolution, found a new graphic artist, blah, blah, blah. I approached the complainant's representative and explained I was not aware, right? All of this stuff, proactive measures to prevent future infringement, above and beyond, over the top. We talked about how we fixed the root cause of the problem. You can see that our company has, 0% defect rate of 2,500 orders. This is, hundreds of thousands probably now. Selling on Amazon represents the livelihood of my family, and I would never intentionally put myself at risk of losing that privilege. In all future cases, I will take the utmost care to meticulously examine all images and marketing materials to ensure that they are entirely my own. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be a compliant Amazon seller. I respectfully seek approval of the above plan of action and reinstatement of my account. Thank you for your time. Name, company, founder, boom, right? And so this obviously will be down below this video. It has all the emails. It has the step-by-step of exactly how this goes down, right? In performance notifications, you also have to send emails. It has the escalation pattern, or the way of escalating if you are getting no response from Amazon whatsoever. And then obviously it does have a sample plan of action, which is what Amazon wants people to take ownership and talk about exactly proactively how they're going to prevent future situations for them to actually reinstate your account. So this document is the culmination of a lot of pain and effort and money and resources and time with lawyers and things like that. And so I hope that I hope that you never have to use this document, but if you ever do, I hope that it's very, very helpful to you, because I know it's stressful when you are suspended on Amazon. But again, guys, we're there for you. The private family group is there for you. We have lawyers that will back you, and you will get past this scenario. I promise you. I know it feels bad now, but I went through it. I got out. We've made millions of dollars with that account since that happened. And so I promise, I know it feels bad, but you will get through. We got your back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let's get to the next.